Okay, so it's Tuesday the 5th of May and it's about 8:30 in the morning. I am running late this morning. For anyone who doesn't follow me on Instagram, it was my mum's birthday yesterday, so we were at my parents' house having a few drinks and having dinner and stuff like that. Some sort of lockdown birthday celebrations at social distance, of course. So running a little bit late this morning. There's nothing really setting up in the markets, if I'm honest. I'm seeing a lot of people on social media telling me that they're looking at X, Y, and Z, but the fact is, for me, I'm not actually seeing anything materialising after that. I'm seeing people looking at setups, I'm seeing people getting some nice entries, and I'm just not seeing anything, coming off the back of it, getting taken out at break even or getting stopped out or whatever. The market conditions are very, very choppy at the minute. Everything's sort of moving sideways, and you're getting a lot of people who are doing the ego move where they're like, yeah, it's moving sideways, I'll still get trades, and they're just getting steamrolled, to be honest. And I'm seeing a lot of that recently, a lot of ego trading, which is not really good to see. And we're certainly, our members are relatively quiet and not taking too much, which is very, very good to see. And it means that patience is actually starting to sort of get through. Now, again, if you follow me on Instagram, you may know I've done an interview with Ben Morris for a video he done on signal scams, so I can post a clip of that just now.
How risky do you actually feel your job is? Like, do you feel like you're going to be doing this for 5 years, 10 years, or?
Well, so trading is something that I think I'll do until I die.
Okay.
Because in nature, it's an addictive passion, and the passion that I have for trading, I mean, to be a trader, to be a full-time trader, you need to love it, right?
Yeah, of course.
And you need to love it to the point where you are literally willing to sacrifice friendships, relationships, sleep, health, mental health. The way you become profitable is by managing that risk. And, there is a risk in trading, but you have to have risk to have reward.
Okay.
And it's about limiting that downside risk whilst maximising that upside reward. But yeah, so if you want to go and check out Ben's channel, I'll leave a link in the description. He's got like 500,000 subs. I'm certainly being kept very, very busy by you guys, but I need to hop into the office now, get started with this live call for members, and I'll catch up with you when we're doing that. So I'm about to jump on a live call with our members, but first I need to go up to the floor above us to grab some coffee. Basically, for whatever reason, they've turned off the water on our floor, so I'm having to go pretty much anytime I need a drink or to use the bathroom or anything. I have to go up to the floor above me. Luckily, it's it's a set of stairs, and I get to go past our old office, little trip down memory lane, but it would definitely be more convenient if our water was working. Hopefully they get that fixed as soon as. But anyway, I'm going to grab this coffee, I'm going to jump on this live with the members, and I'll catch up with you when we're doing that. Right, so starting off with on the DXY, we had obviously a bullish engulfing candle yesterday from that double bottom. Okay, so first trade of the day is going to be shorts on AUD USD. From a 4-hour perspective, we've broken this ascending counter trend line as well as the EMA. I'm just coming in for a retest of that prior structure there. Bringing you over onto MetaTrader. I've actually got a pending order set here just because I'm very, very busy this morning. I don't typically put in pending orders, but I've just got a pending order at that prior structure. Upon a retest of that, I'm looking to get involved on this, and I'll update you as we go throughout the day. Now, I've spent the past hour to hour and a half just answering emails, messages, comments, stuff like that. I'm also monitoring that trade on my screen, which is directly in front of me. I've just got the screen sort of tilted towards me. So I'm just chilling out for a little bit. I'm about to order a Deliveroo from a restaurant literally just down the road. Since I got up late this morning, I didn't have time to prepare, a lunch or a breakfast or anything like that. So I've had nothing to eat today other than that protein cookie. So I'm going to get this ordered. I'm going to get back to answering some emails, and then I'll catch up with you when we're having lunch. so the time is around about 2:30. I'm sitting down for my second, probably last cup of coffee of the day. I think I'll end up going home relatively early. There's nothing really setting up in the markets. I done analysis for the members this morning on the live call, but other than that, the markets haven't interested me today. Aussie dollar, I saw a break and retest of a counter trend line, and I actually whacked in a pending order, which I then pulled as price moved up into it, just because the price action didn't look too clean. And honestly, I think this could end up being another very slow week in the markets. The past 2 weeks, I've taken 3 trades that were shared with the group, and of those 3 trades, I think one we closed out in small profit, one lost for 1% and one lost for 0.5%. So overall on group trades that I've kind of shared with members, down like 1.5% over the past 2 weeks. Very, very slow, very, very boring couple of weeks. And everything seems to be moving in these sideways ranges. I just get this feeling that some economies are starting to recover slightly after COVID, some are actually still getting hit by it, and everything's just sort of balancing out, right? Gold, we're seeing a decent amount of movement, but it's still moving sideways. It's not actually going anywhere. And I think we could be potentially lining up for a very, very busy couple of weeks or month in the markets, coming out the back of this. Often we'll see price moving sideways, moving very, very slowly for a period of time, and then some really explosive and impulsive moves. But I'm just hoping that we don't stay in this corrective sort of consolidation phase for too much longer. I really would like to see some impulsive moves taking place, get involved in some trends. But anyway, I've got a few emails and stuff to get back to, and I'm going to do a little bit of work today on our advanced trader course, and then I'll catch up with you when we're doing something a bit more interesting. So the time's around about 3:45. I'm actually getting ready to wrap up just shortly, but for the next sort of half an hour, I'm actually interviewing a guest for our YouTube channel in the coming weeks. So for the next half an hour, I'm going to be typing up some questions just in preparation for that interview, and I'm just going to chill on the couch. I've actually got my screens tilted towards me so that I can still keep an eye on the charts, a couple of things that I'm actually looking at, and a couple of things that my members are in that I'm kind of monitoring for them. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, get these questions done, and then I'll catch up with you when we're heading home, probably around about 4:45. Okay, so the time is just after 5 p.m. Just getting ready to head home from the office now. As we spoke about, I kind of went through some emails, had a couple of little bits to do, and there's no trades or anything lining up, so there's pretty much no point in hanging around in the office. Typically, if we hit about 3 or 4 p.m. and there's no trades lining up, and I've actually got through all of my work for the day, I'll start to look to wind up and head home. Now, if you buy a course with us, you get lifetime access to one-to-one Zoom calls with myself. Pretty much whenever I've got time, I'll schedule half an hour to an hour just to go over parts of the strategy or little areas where your trading could be improved. And typically I'll be doing them throughout the day. So if I get them done by 3 p.m. as well and there's nothing lined up in the markets, there's very, very little point in me hanging around in the office. Especially, the weather, the weather's starting to pick up here in Scotland, and I just kind of want to go home and make the most of the sunshine. So I'm going to head home and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. So it's just about to go 8 a.m, which means the London session is just about to open. So it's just about to go 8 a.m, which means the London session is just about to open, which is what time I like to kind of be on the charts for, 7:45 roughly. And then as we get sort of 9 a.m, 8:30 is when I would actually look to start executing trades, if I do have trades I want to take for that day. Now, in terms of how I'm feeling, I'm not actually feeling the best, if I'm honest. A mixture of not being able to get to the gym, and also the fact the markets have just been pretty slow for me the past sort of 2 weeks. Now, you know, there have been one or two, I'm just looking at a chart of cable here, there have been, you know, one or two very impulsive moves on cable, which is, you know, one of my favourite pairs to trade. But in general, everything's just kind of moving sideways. Nothing's really actually committing to one direction or the other. Now, these conditions are, you know, absolutely ideal for intraday traders, scalpers, things like that. In fact, I have actually been taking a few scalps on cable myself, but my normal sort of medium term swing, where I can be in a trade for a day or a couple of days, we're not really getting those setups as price is just very rangy and choppy. We are going to go through periods like this in the markets, but it's important not to get sucked into trading, and it's important to be able to recognise you know, the market conditions and just sit aside, work on something else until they start to work themselves out. So really what we're doing is we're just waiting for structure to change on the US dollar majors, because at the moment price is just moving in between a recent significant high and a recent significant low, and it's just sort of doing this. As soon as we get a break of that low or a break of that high, we can get a little bit of a confirmation on you know, a bias, and then we can look to take positions you know, in line with that trend. Now, we have a live call with members which is starting in about half an hour. I'm going to go and grab a cup of coffee, and then I'll get you back here just before we start that live session.
You've never sweated before?
Yeah. I had my take profit set below this low. Hang on, wait, where was it? It was on the 10 PM candle. There we go. My take profit was set here. And when the spreads tightened up on the 11 PM open of the candle, it just took profit on all the positions. Neve was like that. Why are y'all sweaty? It's like that scene in Step Brothers.
Hey. Hey. Why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops.
Scalping cable at 10 PM.
That's rough. That is rough.
So live call with members is now done, and I've updated our trades and analysis Telegram channel with my setups for the day ahead. If you check on our website when you're signing up, there's two options. There's a community access pass and a trades and analysis access pass. In the community, all of our members can talk and socialise and share ideas. In the trades and analysis channel, only myself and Callum can post charts, and we'll just post our analysis, the setups and things that we're looking at for the day ahead, or any important information that you might need to know. Now, I've actually got to jump onto a one-to-one with a member. If you don't know, when you actually get a course with us, if you buy our online course or day course or whatever, you get free lifetime one-to-one tuition from myself. So if at any point you're struggling with something, all you need to do is message me and say, can we jump on a one-to-one? And I'll book out sort of half an hour to an hour of my day to jump on Zoom and just talk you through whatever it is you're struggling with. You know, we think it's very important that when you buy a course or something, that you have that aftercare, that after support, so that going forward, you know, no questions left unanswered. You know, we have plans for our members to trade for us down the line and stuff like that. So we really want all of our members performing at the highest standard possible. For that reason, I'm willing to give up half an hour to an hour of my day every so often just to help a member sort of work through something. So I'm gonna jump on with this, and then I'll catch up with you around lunchtime when I'm actually ordering in. I'm gonna have to order lunch in again. Didn't have time to make something this morning, but I'll catch up with you in a bit, get on with this one-to-one, and hopefully we can actually get in a trade today or tomorrow. It seems like there's a nice setup lining up on cable and on pound yen, so I'll keep you updated on that. That one-to-one actually went really, really well. Ended up running on about an hour, and to be fair, we only spent about half an hour actually talking about trading stuff. Grant, who I was on with, is actually somebody that I know outside of trading as well. So it's good to get a catch up with, with friends, as well as, have a chat about the charts. Everybody is in lockdown at the minute, and the value of just chatting to someone, over FaceTime or over Zoom or something, actually goes so far. And it's good to just, actually see another human. Now, I am looking at shorts on cable. I want to pull back into this sort of head and shoulders region, the neckline of this head and shoulders. So, neckline there, and I'm just looking for that retest and that continuation down to this low that began that uptrend. Now, something that I like to do, which you can see here, I've actually got some backtesting data on cable. Now, if I'm looking at taking a trade on a pair, I want to go into my backtesting data and find out if there are things that I normally do wrong in that pair. Now, that could be stop loss size, that could be trading from a fib level that's continually not working. So it's good to have a chart of your data for each pair and see what's my strike rate on that pair. Okay, so my strike rate on cable is 66%. So I know, okay, 66%, I'm going to be allocating 1% risk to that. If I have a pair with an 80% strike rate or 70% strike rate, I might dedicate maybe, or allocate 1.5% or 2% risk to that, to a trade on that pair. So that's something you can do. I highly recommend back testing, forward testing, and gathering data on each of the instruments that you trade. If you're trading an instrument, you should know it inside out, and just to make sure you're as prepared as possible. Now, I'm gonna jump onto Deliveroo and actually order lunch, and then I'll catch up with you when we're doing that. Should I go mango and ginger or cucumber and mint? I think cucumber and mint sounds quite refreshing. I'm gonna get that. Go to checkout. Apple Pay. Right, okay, so that's saying like 20 minutes, so that's pretty good. There we go. Preparing your order. So now that I've ordered that and I'm literally just waiting on that arriving, I'm just going to spin my computer screen round so that I can view it from my couch, grab my laptop and sit and get back to some client emails. And a lot of people email me asking me about trade setups and stuff like that, and I like to get back to as many as I can. So if I can do that in a bit more of a relaxed way, and I can just sort of monitor my charts from all the way over here, I can kind of chill out, get some emails done, relax a little bit whilst I wait on lunch arriving, and then hit the afternoon, hit the New York session nice and strong. So I'll catch up with you when that food arrives. This was a terrible idea. I don't know why I didn't just go for orange and mango. That would have been sweet. It would have been refreshing. This is like kind of warm. It tastes like if you got a green smoothie and left it out in the sun and it got kind of like fizzy and warm. That's what this tastes like. Oh, horrible. So it's actually coming up home time for myself. We have seen a lot of pairs actually breaking out of ranges today. A lot of pairs actually making significant moves to the downside. So as you can see, cable broke out at this level. Pound yen also broke out at this level. Euro dollar broke down from this level like we sort of projected yesterday. And Aussie dollar is now getting squeezed in towards this trend line, in between this counter trend line and trend line as well. So, there's going to be a lot of activity on pairs in the coming days. We did have some unemployment data coming out from the US today, and we also had some surprise, some surprise news coming out in the UK about the health minister, which caused some weakness across pound pairs as well. So the volatility is starting to pick up again, and I get the feeling that tomorrow and Friday are going to be very, very busy. However, we're coming into the end of the London session, we're coming sort of middle of the New York session as well, And if I'm honest, I just don't think there's anything significant going to happen for the rest of the day. You know, I could go home and just sit on my laptop, work on emails, keep an eye on the charts in the background. I do have alerts set and stuff as well. So I'm going to go home, reply to some emails, reply to some website messages, work on this YouTube video a little bit as well, and just relax from the comfort of home rather than being in the office. You know, the weather is absolutely amazing outside, and to be honest, I just want to go home and enjoy it. Now, you know, I get that it's not potentially going to be the most interesting day in their life so far, but, you know, I would rather cut the day here and, you know, sort of end this day relatively short and give us more time to spend if we do get involved in trades Thursday, Friday. You know, more of the video can be dedicated to that where we are actually trading, right? So I'm going to keep it nice and brief. I'm going to wrap up here and I'm going to head home, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So I've actually entered shorts on AUD USD. It's just before 9 PM here in the UK, and I entered this about half an hour ago. Let me see if I can just zoom in on that chart for you. Entered this about half an hour ago on a retest of some prior structure. I don't typically like entering trades, to be honest, you know, outside of office hours, but we can often find on Australian dollar pairs that the setups do actually present themselves at inconvenient times for us here in the UK. Now, we do have Australian trade balance at 2:30 AM, so, you know, in about 5 hours. And that's forecast to be positive for the Australian dollar. So, you know, I'm hoping we don't get spiked out overnight, but I'll update you on this into the London session tomorrow when we're heading into work. Okay, so really quiet morning so far. Other than that live call with the members, I've not really been up to much other than just doing a little bit of analysis. I am looking at shorts on cable at some point today, and also shorts on pound yen if we can see a nice retracement. We also had some news come out. I don't know how true, if it's just a rumour or whatever, but there's speculation that gyms won't be opening in the UK until October, right? So to me, that's like my absolute worst nightmare. I'm very into the gym, hypertrophy and strength training. So I've actually went ahead and ordered a 100 kilo barbell, Olympic barbell set, and a squat rack. You know, just over $1,000 for a squat rack and barbell set. That's absolutely fine, and it's something that's going to last me years and years anyway. You know, training is, and staying fit and healthy is very important to me for my mental health as well. You know, I have been training, strength training, for pretty much the past 7 years of my life, and you know, this would be the longest sustained period without actually doing that. Now, something as simple as a barbell, as long as you've got enough weight that you can achieve progressive overload, you know, work around your 4 main lifts: squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, you're going to be absolutely fine. So I'm probably going to spend the rest of the morning before lunch on Excel making up a workout plan that I'm going to be doing, you know, until gyms actually open, and it will be based around those 4 main lifts. I'm probably, for anyone who's into fitness, I'm probably going to be incorporating like German volume training, meaning, you know, high volume, high sets. So, you know, like 10 sets of 10 on your main compound lift, and then 4x12 for your accessories or whatever. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments, and I will actually document some of my sort of fitness journey as well as trading. But I'm going to get on with this, and then I'll catch up with you when we're grabbing lunch. So it's midday. I'm just getting ready to order lunch from Deliveroo. So I'm getting from the same place that I ordered from yesterday, Smash Burger I think it's called. That was really good. And I've also just put together my lockdown training split. So it's a push-pull legs split, so push-pull legs repeat, with a little abs workout in there as well. Now, I know a lot of you might not even be interested in fitness, but no doubt there are people watching this channel who are interested. So for that reason, I'm going to make this like a Google Docs link, and it'll be the top of the description. So I just put a message in our members Telegram channel, and I said, I'm personally not taking anything else for the rest of the week, Market conditions for me don't seem to be very conducive. I'm seeing setups where I'm having a hard time executing in the areas I'm looking to do business from. Could be mental fog or could be market conditions. Regardless, I'm staying out. Now, if I just show you on MetaTrader, oh, that's the wrong screen, hang on. There you go, trade history. So for the week, I am still up, right? So I'm up £900, so just shy of 1%. But the markets just, I'm not really picking up what they're putting down, if you know what I mean. So for me, I feel like I'm up for the week, I'm up nearly 1%, you know, that's not great. A couple of weeks ago I was making 1% day after day, you know, when the volatility had picked up after the flash crash and stuff. But right now, I just don't feel that in sync with the markets or in tune with the markets. And, you know, in the past few years, I went through periods like this where I've had days and sometimes weeks where I just don't feel totally in sync. And people I know are trading and they're trading profitably and stuff, but I'm just not really feeling it, so I'm not going to push it, right? There's loads of other stuff that I can be doing. I've got so many member one-to-ones people are trying to book in. You know, I've got a lot of YouTube stuff to do and a lot of background work for future plans for KB trading. And, you know, I'm more than happy to just take a back seat on trading for, you know, the next couple of days. We have NFP tomorrow. Often the market, you know, around the NFP, sometimes things can slow down and they're just waiting for something to give that kind of that catalyst for a little bit of movement. So to be honest, look, I'm up 1% for the week. I've made £900. It's not ideal, it's not brilliant. You know, I spent that on gym equipment this morning, but you know, there's always next week and there's always going to be more opportunities. And I think this is why a lot of new traders struggle when they're having a week where they feel a little bit off, is they're trying to force trades because they feel like they're never going to get these opportunities ever again. They feel like they're just, you know, I could have pulled the trigger on cable, I could have pulled the trigger on pound yen, but it wasn't the right setups, you know, they weren't in the correct places. So I would have just been, you know, pulling the trigger in the middle of nowhere because I thought it was going to go down rather than actually waiting for that perfect entry. Now, I'm gonna get on with editing this video actually, so I can try and get this out tomorrow. And then, yeah, I'll catch up with you probably when we're heading home and we'll probably wrap up the video just shortly. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a boring one, guys. I've had so much on my plate and in terms of trading, it's just not been the greatest or the most interesting week for me. So I'm sorry I couldn't take you along with that. One thing I wanted to say is the KB Trading Instagram is nearly at 10,000 followers, right? So we're at 9,938. So please go and follow the KP Trading Instagram. Let's try and get those followers up to 10k. But anyways, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Now that's actually going to wrap up this episode of Day in the Life. I do appreciate that this past couple of episodes have been pretty boring, but remember, this is me documenting the reality of life as a trader, right? There is going to be days and weeks where you're less active, where there's just nothing popping off in the markets. And remember, the UK is on lockdown as well. So normally if I had a pretty boring week at the office, I might go do something fun in the evenings, but we can't do that, right? It's literally into the office, no trades for the week, home, chill in the garden, and that's about as exciting as it gets. Now, if you have gained some value from this and you have enjoyed the video, please drop it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Next week, we have an interview with a very, very, very interesting guest, somebody who is, you know, making some serious progress in this industry and who I think will provide a lot of value to a lot of our members who have been through tough times or are in tough times in their trading. Somebody who has been through, you know, some really tough times whilst trying to achieve consistency. So we're going to have him on and we're going to get an interview with him on Tuesday, and hopefully that video will be out by the end of the week. So if you are interested in that, stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers.